have to give you a little update. I am in a beautiful, beautiful sacred place in India. And this place is where Kirtan originated, where the first Vandanam for this age, prayers, is like the epicenter of prayers. So people are just always praying. So it's such a beautiful place. And this place is called Mayapur. And all around this place is filled with places where sages and saints who devoted their life to prayer live and showed the path of Vandanam. I think we're still covering Vandanam. And so this is where I am at right now. It's on the bank of the Ganga. So I go and I bathe in the Ganges every day. It's such a beautiful place. And there is thousands and thousands of pilgrims that go to visit all these holy places every day, because the places are very, very, very spiritually charged. And I get to connect with so many beautiful souls. And I'm soaking in the beautiful realizations that they have living in this place and just focused on Vandanam. They're doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and Vandanam. They're following all the 9 processes, the 9 islands of the heart is being practiced by thousands of people who visit and who live in and around this place. So it's an incredible place. One day, 2023, we're going to visit this place. And you'll get to see what I'm talking about. You'll get to experience and you'll get to relish. And also last week, I was in the plane, so we could not have the call, but we just finished our yatra. Yatra means the journey of the heart to geographic locations where the energy is super spiritually charged. So that's what yatra means. So Y-A-T-R-A is how we spell it. So in this yatra, we went to this beautiful place in Udaipur, in northern part of India. And we went to an incredible place called Srinathji. It's a self-manifested, incredible temple where this deities just carved itself out of this beautiful stones. That the color of the stone is the monsoon cloud. It's such a beautiful deity. It's called Srinathji. And in that temple, women are given preference. In India, men always go to the front, women go to the back. But in this temple, women, Kamala Devi, so nice to see you. I was just giving a little update about all these beautiful places. So in this temple, women are all in the front and men are in the back. And it's a very interesting temple, because the energy of love in this temple is very, very intense. Everybody is just so filled with love. And it's love not just for Srinathji, but it represents self-love. So in this temple, if you do not love yourself, then you're going to break down into tears. That's how you gauge if you truly love yourself or not. So all these temples have different energies. So in this temple, when we went, one of the girls, she burst into tears as soon as we came out of the temple. She said, "I can't do this anymore." And we said, "What happened?" And what happened was she couldn't deal with the fact that she wasn't giving herself the love she deserves. And it was such a beautiful revelation. And she shed some tears. And this is what happens when you go to this temple. Sri Nath Ji temple. It's in a place called Nathadwar, and it's surrounded by mountains on all sides. So no invaders could come and take over the temple. So it's a very beautiful place. And then we also got to spend some time, quite a bit of time in Rishikesh, which was really, really phenomenal. Narayani knows about this beautiful place called the Divine Resort. It's on the bank of the Ganga. Take bath in the Ganga every day and do yoga in the morning, meditation, incredible continental breakfast. And the beautiful part of being in this place is that all you're inhaling is this beautiful breeze that is embracing the cool waters of the Ganges, of Ganga Devi. And that is what you're inhaling every day and all day. So what happens is by living in the banks of the Ganga, the air that is caressing the beautiful Ganga river, Ganga Devi, is what is completely inundating your existence. And she is the personification of what is pure love. So you start to feel the transformation that takes place just by sitting on the bank of the Ganga and living in this beautiful vicinity in Rishikesh. So that's where we were staying. And we ended up going to the different spiritually charged places. We went to a place called Nilakantha. Nilakantha is the temple of Lord Shiva. Shiva, as you know, he is the personification of destruction. Destruction, not just of the universe, but destruction of the poisons that we carry in our lives. So you will see the throat, the Adam's apple of Shiva. There is a temple in the top of the mountains, self-manifested deity. In the middle of these rocks, there comes out a temple. And from that temple, cracked open the mountain, there is the Adam's apple of Lord Shiva, where you can see the blue stone that is appearing. And that is Lord Shiva representing that all the poisons in life, he's the one that will drink all the poisons from our lives and give us an opportunity to pursue and continue this journey to our hearts. So we always go to that temple as well, so that it becomes a process of, releasing toxicity in our lives. Because Lord Shiva is so spiritually advanced. He is, a father of all living entities. So he absorbs all the toxins in our lives and creates this beautiful path where we'll have no obstacles. So when we went to that temple, it was like an incredible experience. So many pilgrims, thousands and thousands of people. But one good thing that came out of that one was one of the girls, she was trying to purge some things in her life, and she was holding on to it and at the same time trying to purge. Can you imagine, like, you're holding on to an apple and say, hey, take this apple out of my hands, but you're holding on to it tight and you're still trying to let go at the same time hold on to it. A little contradiction happens in our lives that is given to us by our mind. So she was having that conflict inside. And so when she went to this temple from California, she was like, oh my God, why is it that I'm having such a hard time in this place? And I was like, this is what this temple represents. She goes, oh, okay, I get it. I know what it is. I get it. I get the message. And then it was just really nice. She was able to let go. And then finally, we ended up in a place called Vrindavan, which is a town, a whole city of 5,000 temples. Everywhere you turn is a temple. And everywhere you look, there's someone praying. Constant prayer is what's happening in this temple. And what are they praying for? So this town is the town of Krishna. And Krishna is the embodiment of transcendental, pure, unconditional, eternal spiritual love. So everyone there is praying for this transcendental, pure, unconditional, eternal spiritual love. And it's so beautiful because everyone is singing, everyone is chanting and dancing and circumambulating the whole region. If you notice in the 9 islands, this land we were in, Vrindavan, it is the epicenter of the 9 islands. It's the center of the heart. And that is where this place Vrindavan is. So when we were there, everyone was just completely blissed out. Everyone was just so happy. And then, of course, when we were leaving, there were so many not broken hearts, but there were so much tears of separation as we were all saying goodbyes and everyone going home in their own different directions. So this is what happened. And in this place, Vrindavan, which was the final part of the transformation, which is to come back into your heart. And when you come back into your heart, you don't just come back yourself. You bring the divine with you in your heart. And so this is what happened in the first part of my tour. It was just phenomenal. It was just so nice to see individual transformations just by being in this super energetically charged places where thousands and thousands of people are just constantly and continuously praying, doing Vandanam. So this is a little updated report on what happened the last week where I was not able to attend the call. We were in the midst of all of this. So I'm in a place called, thank you, Veena. And I hope and pray that in 2023, Kamala Devi is organizing, and I'm hoping to bring her heart and her in person to these places where our main focus is going to be about service, about seva. We'll all come together and we'll go to all these places. Like in Vrindavan, I have communicated with a place where they hold 5,000 widows. And these are widows who became widowed when they were, 12 years old, 14 years old, and onwards, rejected by society or husband or children, somebody. And they take care of them and they serve them and they feed them. So we are going to spend time to meet and hear their stories and serve them, give them some clothes to wear, some flip-flops, and feed them and see the joy in their faces where they have so little, but they have such deep happiness and joy within themselves. So when I was in Vrindavan, I was in Radhakund, and this is a special place where all these widows are residing. And I got to meet them and I got to talk to them and really understand their needs. And I think the most impactful thing is that when you meet them and hear them, you get to hear the beautiful light that they carry in their heart. There's so much love, there's so much joy, and they don't have anything. And the whole world and everybody has abandoned them. But they're still happy. How is that possible? When there's nobody in your life, you have nothing, and yet you're happy. So when you meet them, you'll get to understand that what it means to find that inner happiness, what it means to find that inner joy. So this one of the places will come next year, and other places as well, where we'll actually go and personally, individually connect with the people in those places who have very little to no material possessions. And they're some of the happiest people. On this trip, I took we were doing Vrindavan parikrama. Parikrama means circumambulate something, a sacred place. The reason we circumambulate that sacred place is to get the energetic vibrations of that place from every possible angle. So we always circumambulate so we don't miss anything. You will notice this most times when you go to these temples and energetic spiritual places. You don't just go and sit there. Of course you go and sit there and meditate, but we also circumambulate so we get the energy and the vibration from every possible corner and angle of that place. So when we're circumambulating, you will see in Vrindavan and the other places that we go, all these beautiful people. So we met this one family that just has a little plastic tarp over 4 bamboo columns, and they live there with their 2 cows and a camel, and they have nothing, no heating, and it's cold in Vrindavan. And we sat with them and we talked, and so much happiness and joy in their life. They barely make $1 a day, but they are so happy. So I took some pictures of them as well. It's very interesting to see how the 2 different worlds that we live in. We live in a world where we just get more and more things, and these people, they have nothing, yet they have something so beautiful. And if we can meet somewhere in the middle with them and see what is their secret that they have, where they find this happiness and joy. So that's, in 2023, so we have almost a year and some more months to prepare. And I'm also hoping that we will have a bigger group. So you will all get to share, and we will continue to do some sort of a meditation and healing as we go through these journeys, because you'll be able to share and observe your realizations and reflections every single day. And everything will be organized very nicely because, our organizers are just incredible. So that was an update on, what happened this year and what we're planning next year. And also very soon in March, we're going to also do another little trek to the Himalayan mountains in Nepal. It's always nice to see the devotion and the simplicity and a shift in perspective, completely contrary to ours, and makes you really, really dig deeper into yourself. Why am I here? What am I doing with my life? Why is it that these people have so little and they're so happy? Why is it that I have so much and I'm so unhappy? Or whatever is going on. So this journey is actually not just a geographical journey, but it's a journey that happens internally. So yeah, we're going to be doing quite a lot of these because it's really transformational. So I want to discuss a little bit about Vandanam because I've been having this meditation. This is a meditation when we are suffering, but yet we are praying for others. It's a whole different dimension of Vandanam. So this goes into the life of a great saint, and very fortunate. I've been spending a little bit more time getting in-depth understanding about his personality. And his name is Haridas Thakur. I have mentioned his name a few times in different contexts, but I want to give another context to his life and his teachings. He was a saint that lived approximately 535 years ago. And this saint was very well known because he just was this person that stayed in one place, rejected by the community that he was born into, and rejected by the community that he embraced. And then everybody got together, and there was a decision made by the rulers of the land at that time that the Saint Haridas Thakur, he needs to be punished because, he does not follow the rules of being born in a particular caste, in a particular society, because he was pursuing the journey of the heart. And that was considered to be not something that people would appreciate. So he spent 23 hours of his day, of his time every day, just constantly praying. 23 hours a day praying. And 1 hour was just used for taking care of his needs. And he never went anywhere from food. People came and just left some food for him. So this was the life that he was living. So when the ruler had asked him to stop chanting this meditation, the Heartspace meditation mantra, and he said, it's not possible because my heart continues to do its own thing that I have no control over. And the heart just continues to chant. And it's so, with such conviction and sincerity that even if you were to chop this body into hundreds of pieces, every single piece of that body will continue to do this heart space meditation. So they were not ready to listen to him. So, they tied him and they're dragging him around in 22 marketplaces. One of the key things that he was doing when his frail body was being dragged and whipped in 22 marketplaces, just so that people would learn a lesson. His prayer is what we're talking about. He was praying for the people that was whipping him. His body was being whipped mercilessly. And he was praying for the people who was tormenting him. So this is, in the Bhakti tradition, is considered the highest prayer you can ever do. While your body is falling apart, and yet you're still praying for others who are tormenting this body. So Haridas Thakur, is considered to be one of the highest exemplary of what is a Vandanam, what is prayer. If someone does something to me, I don't pray for them. I'm like, oh, okay, he just hurt me, that's okay. So I used to tell Narayani Devi all the time, just pray for this person who's hurting you and torturing you. And I even went as far as to say, because the yoga tradition explains, the person that hurts you the most, that you dislike the most, you should put a picture of them on your altar and you should actually worship that person. That is one of the remedies for getting over this pain that we and anger and hatred that we have towards others by worshiping such person. So this Haridas Thakur, he was praying for his tormentors. And the divine personified came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he would come to see him and check on him. And he would continuously just pray for these people who are hurting him. No animosity, no anger, no resentment that they're hitting him. And their intention was to kill him. Not like chop his head off, but it's a slow death. And even though they were doing everything in their power to take his life away, slowly, he just continued to pray for them slowly, continuously, and never stopped praying for them. He was praying, my dear Lord, they are struggling so hard to take the life from this body. They're getting weak. Please give them strength. Imagine someone hurting you saying, give that person strength. God, no. Don't give him strength. Make me strong so I can beat him up or I can defend myself. But here is a saint who lived by this example. He's praying for them. Please give them the strength so that they can execute their duties and follow the orders of the king. And this is the highest prayer. When someone hurts us in our lives, instead of holding resentments for them, we have to see how we can come up with that heart to pray for them and say, this person really, really deserves and needs the mercy of the divine so he can see properly, so his actions can reflect and it actually can come from the heart. Because when someone tries to hurt you, they are not operating from the heart. Because if they did, they would not be hurting you. So instead of you praying, if we pray for strength, that person will not have a transformation. So the compassionate thing that a real saint does is when someone tries to hurt us, we are praying for their betterment. Sincerely, humbly. So that they can actually also get into the heart and not hurt anyone else. Because you can defend yourself, but if that person that hurts you is not transformed, he will hurt someone else. So if you want a real change, the saints are recommending, of course, this is very, not very easy. Not very easy. This is a very high standard, a very high bar is being set by the sages, where they're saying you pray for the people that hurt you, that have hurt you. Does this make any sense? It's a very high standard of prayer, because then the world becomes a better place. Because through the prayer, not only is that person benefiting, but the person who is praying is also benefiting. Because you are connecting with the divine heart, the universal heart. So as soon as you make that connection, you are benefiting and that person is also benefiting. So there is no loss. Other than most times we only pray for ourselves. When we need something, when we're in difficulty, when in different circumstances. So this was my meditation for the last couple of days. because I'm in this particular place where the sages really, really, really spent time immersing themselves in Vandanam so deeply. And, Haridas Thakur is his example is what many, many are trying to follow in this place. The sincere practitioners are always thinking how to continuously have a praying heart, and never a heart that is contaminated with any other thoughts and emotions. Rather, just a heart of Vandanam, constantly praying. And I've been going to the Ganga every single day, and I've been praying for all of you. Not because you need the prayer, not because something is wrong with you, but it's because I want Ganga Devi's love to fill your hearts, and one day she will also capture your heart, and you get to spend closer time and be in her company. So yeah, wherever I go, I've been praying for all of you. So this is our discussion for Vandanam today. This Haridas Thakur. It's like uber. It's super high standard of example of what is real Vandanam, because completely transcended the body, that he can just pray like this. There's actually another sage that we didn't go to his place, and he just prayed to take the sins, the toxins of all human beings in the whole entire world. He says, my dear Lord, please give me all the toxins of every single living being in the entire world, and please set them free and give them that space where they can relish that transcendental, pure, unconditional, eternal spiritual love. This is how much love he had for everyone. So I didn't get a chance to go to his place where he actually prayed such things every single day. But anyway, this is our update on my trip and my realization of this Vandanam. And I've been meditating on Haridas Thakur as I spent my times doing my Heartspace meditation every day.